Right, and here we are. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Healing Conversation. My name is Einav from Untangled Coaching, and with me today, the wonderful Martineke Grosman. Martinique, hello!
Hi, how are you? Enough. It's so nice to be with you.
It's really, really lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Martineke. I'm originally from Holland, but I live it already 30 years in Israel. And I'm a holistic practitioner. I, I do all kind of treatments. I started with massage techniques, holistic psychotherapy, and also I am an official practitioner of Dr. Nada Bhutto, that is unified medicine. And I love what I'm doing. I like to, and healing, of course, is the most important. Healing, energy work.
Yeah.
So that's what I do, and that's what I love to do. And I have a family. I'm married to Arnon. I have three beautiful daughters, and I'm a very happy person, and a granddaughter also. So
Yes, I've seen the photos.
son-in-law.
Yes, and so definitely I want to hear more about these healing methods that you've mentioned. But I want to know a little bit more because I know that you have an incredible story to share with us.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll go back to all these years ago and
Yes.
see where did it all
Yes.
start.
Yes. When I was young, I had epilepsy. It's a disease that you have all kind of grand mal attacks. You don't know. It's like not being in this world, fainting, absences, and everything. And I didn't like it. Of course, nobody likes to be sick. Nobody
Yeah.
likes to have a disease, but it was really really hard for me to live with it. And one of the most important things that was very hard for me was that I was always dependent on somebody else. You need to go because you can faint, you can fall, you can have an attack, and you don't know where you are. So always had the need to have a responsible person with me, which could be a friend who is responsible for me, yeah, or my father, mother, parents, anybody. And I had a very hard time with it. And when I grew up, I started to realize that it's not only bothering me in that way; it also made me vulnerable for all kind. I had very a lot of medicines that really pushed me down. It was like
Mm.
I couldn't uh, reach myself. I couldn't reach the information around me. It was like I was living in a fog. And also the information that came to me, it's like it came in delay. So at the moment I already understood something, it was already or done or it already happened, and it put me in positions that I didn't want to be in again. And so I start telling myself that I want to be different. I didn't say really I want to be different. I was just dreaming. I told you before that I was driving my car, which you cannot do when you have epilepsy and you're having attacks all the time. And I talked with my professor, and he didn't want to stop the medicines. He says that's impossible. Not now, maybe 10 years or so, but not now. And I decided I don't want it. I said I don't want to live this way. I don't want to live this way. So they told me, my parents, they love me very much. I love them very much. They said, well, she needs to go to a psychologist because the girl doesn't want to live. She needs to talk it out and accept the fact that she has epilepsy. So I went
Mm.
to the psychologist and he said, she's fine. She's really fine. I've been told that time that when you're 18 years old, you can do what you want, but we really do not. The professor told me you cannot take less medicines, or it's very dangerous. But I decided I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do. I knew it was right. I knew I was not going to live the way uh, that I was living. I was not living my life. I was not myself, and I wanted to change. And in the age of when I was 18 years old, I signed like a waiver that I'm responsible for the stupidity to take no medicines. The only thing that the professor agreed to was that he would coach me in a way how to stop them, although he didn't want me to stop them. But he said, if you stop them immediately, it's very dangerous.
Right.
So he told me what the best way was, but he really didn't agree with it. And it took me a year to get all the medicines out of my system. I could feel it because I was like shaking and I was different. I was like a junkie. Sorry, I was like
No,
a
it's
junkie.
okay.
And when I was 19 years old, I was without medicines, and I'm now 55. And since then, nothing, only good things happened.
Yeah. And that,
No attacks, no epilepsy. I'm independent. I'm driving my car, and everything is exactly what I dreamt. I didn't specify really that what I did yet, but I'm free from epilepsy, and it's amazing. It's such a good feeling that you can just be you're supposed to be, who you are.
but this is really fascinating. The story of, because you're saying, at the age of 18, I finally was allowed, in a sense, to say, right, enough is enough, and I'm going to take
Yeah.
control, and I'm going to look after myself, in a sense, or make my own decisions. But it's the whole first 18 years of your life living through this condition, and as you said, as you're describing, that information arrived maybe not in real time, and I guess there's two sides to that. In one hand is the research and the information that is physically coming to you, but then maybe on the other hand, also physically, like, I just said physically twice, but actually, I guess mentally, maybe that,
Yes.
that when you're going through all of this with all the medicine, your mind is not so clear, right? So it
Yes.
has another impact on how you are receiving and digesting information.
Also, yeah, yes, yeah, you're right, and it's also the personality. I was always a quiet girl. I was quiet. I was very shy, and my brother, and I love him. He was sometimes answering for me. When they were asking me, "How are you doing?" and he would answer because my answer was so in delay. That he would answer that I'm fine, and it's not because he's really a good guy. It's just that it took time, and I think after you can only see afterwards what the change is. I just knew I was not okay the way it was with the medicines. I was not me. I didn't know who I was because I couldn't
Mm.
reach it. I couldn't get there. But I knew that behind this fog, and the fog is like the medicines that is like really putting you down. It's like you don't get you understand the words, but you don't get the connection between the sentences. So in order to learn something, you need to repeat it so many times to get all the connections together to understand the subject. And if you finally understand the subject, you say, what, it took so many time to learn this.
Mm.
It was really, it's like something sit on you that is all the time taking you down. And that's what I felt, and I didn't want it. I really didn't want it. I said, I don't want to live this way. I don't want to be all the time in this slow motion. It's like the whole life is go slow. And um, if you see me now, I mean, I'm such a totally different person. I went from a very introvert, shy girl
Mm.
to somebody is like my family tells me something. Yeah, I'm outgoing. I'm
Yeah,
outgoing. I have
yeah,
no problems to show what I feel and how I what I think, and I'm totally different. And but it's sad in a way that there are many people living with these medicines. I'm not saying I'm not against the medicines because sometimes they work, but
yeah,
I do not believe in the concept of this is for the rest of your life. I really believe that a disease is there in order to show us there is a problem, there is a conflict, and you need to solve the conflict. And when you solve the conflict, then usually or sometimes I don't know, I don't want to promise anybody anything, But
Yeah.
it's very good possible that the disease goes away because the conflict is gone. You learn something from it, and you can continue. Disease is something. This is it's like this is. You don't feel good. What is the address? Where is it in the body? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? And how can you get? What? Why do you feel it? What happened? And when you know what happened, then usually it goes away. I knew
But
I
this
was.
is sorry, I interfered.
Oh,
I was just
it's okay. I just want to say that I know into every cell in my body. I didn't know that then. I didn't know anything. Every cell in my body told me this is not what you need to who you need to be. You I was an independent spirit, and I was all the time with people around me to protect me, and I wanted to protect myself. And also, nobody can protect you better than yourself. And now I don't need the protection, but that's what I felt that time, that I always was protected from all kind of things. It was like I was not there,
but
and I wanted
this
to
is the
be here.
incredible thing.
What?
This is the incredible thing that all of these started, when you were so young, and of course now we have people like Dr. Joe Dispenza that talks about this, right? How to heal yourself by basically starting to look at yourself in a different way, so
Yeah.
no longer go with our habits and the way that we've always been. And he is
Yes.
encouraging us to say, actually, that's not who I want to be, in exactly the same way that you are describing. And
Yes.
and here you are, and you've done that for yourself in ways which is, I don't know, it's fascinating because it's there's so many things to move away from, right? First of all, I'm recognizing how I am feeling, and then I know that I don't want it. I don't. This is not how I'm imagining myself. But to decide that from within the condition is is incredible. I mean, I'm full of admiration.
Yes, thank you. I never thought about it that way. It was really something that is so natural because it took many years for me to talk about it, not because I was ashamed or anything. I'm not at all. I mean, nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm,
It's just that I thought, well, I'm not having epilepsy anymore. Now I'm going to live and everything's fine.
mm,
It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal for me that I could drive my car and that I go into the sea without, somebody's watching me, or that I go to a concert or I go abroad, just getting a plane on the plane and I am alone. That was for me the big deal. But the big deal was not that I get rid of epilepsy because it was okay. It was normal. There
yeah, that
was
was a
nothing to
decision.
talk about. Yeah. But when I think about it, there are few things that I did that I can recognize, although I didn't know. I think also the most beautiful thing about it is that I didn't know nothing. I wasn't doing anything holistic, spiritual. I was just, Martineke with a lot of medicines in my
Mm,
body, and I could
yeah,
do it. So it means that you really can do it. It's not, you don't need to do, you don't need to know a lot in order to do it. It's very natural if you take it that way. What I was doing, I was dreaming. I was dreaming and believing the dream. If you daydream, and I was dreaming and was hanging in my chair like a teenager does, and I was really feeling the emotion in my body. I was driving my car. I was driving my car and I was enjoying it. I was driving wherever I want. I even remember that I was imagining that I was in Italy, and I don't like heights. And I was driving my car and I was succeeding. I believed it. I didn't say I want to drive a car. No, I was driving the car at the moment, and I felt the emotion of joy in my body.
mm,
And I think that's the connection, that you feel it in your body. Your body doesn't recognize. I mean, your I think it's the subconscious. They recognize the feeling. They don't.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it. It's a feeling that you have inside. If it's a good feeling, that's what you're going to look for. That's your subconscious looking for, and that's what I
yeah.
did.
Yeah, the subconscious needs commands, and when you raise your vibration, and that is that feeling. So this is what it
Exactly,
follows.
exactly. And when even with the medicines, and I had a gram a day every day. It was a lot, and even with those medicines, I could raise the vibration. I could raise the vitality in my body, and I could uh, imagine. I think there was imagine that I'm healed. I was imagining a life without epilepsy. I didn't think about epilepsy. I think the main thing is not I do not want epilepsy. No, I want to drive a car. I want to swim in the sea. I want
Mm.
to, and you can even not saying I want, because also when you say I want, and it means you don't have it.
You don't have,
I
yeah,
drive the car. I go into the sea, and I have a great time. That's it.
yeah. That is incredible. And so then so you were sitting, waiting to become 18, where you can become, the owner of your life, but in a sense. And then you entered into a period which was very physically demanding, right? Like if you say it's like a junkie, and I know people who are taking antidepressants, they sometimes want to change their quantities, and also the doctors definitely say, not
Yes.
in one go, kind of grade it out in a sense. How were these 2 years for you?
First of all, I was at that time I was working in a shop with vegetables and fruits, and I had all kind of salads. And I remember that they had potatoes, peeled potatoes that people buy. You need to take them out of the cold water and then put them in a little bag, and you give it to them. I was so shaking, and the customers all the time said, "Wow, it's cold." And I said, "Yeah, it's cold." I was so shaking, but I I don't really. I was so happy that I was taking these medicines down. That it was just nothing to worry about. I just didn't think about it at all. I mean,
Mm.
okay, I have this tremor in my body, it will go away, and if I needed to sit a little bit, I sit. But I was dancing a lot, and it's funny that I think that also the dancing or the moving, it's the moving of the body. When you
Yeah,
move your body, I know now all the bad things, all the toxins go out of the body. And I was dancing 1.5, 2 hours a day in my room. I think
yeah,
the neighbors didn't like it that much, but it was like I needed to dance. I was all the time dancing, was taking dancing lessons. And I think it also helped me a lot to get the emotions out and also to get energy,
mm,
because you need a lot of energy to get the bad things out of your body. And I think the dancing was also a very important thing of the recovery of me. It, it, it's something that I still love to do.
yeah,
It's one of the most important things that I love to do very much. And I don't say that everybody now who has epilepsy needs to go dancing, but we all have something that we like to do with moving. I know my husband loves running. I mean,
mm,
I tried many times. I always stop after a week or two. And I really want to run. I really want to do the job. It's not me.
yeah.
After 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, no, no, I don't want to get up. No, no, no.
And tell me, so you
If you
said,
tell me go dancing, I want to go dancing. I mean, I always love to dance. And I think we need all to find something that we move and that we like to do, because it's
yeah,
healthy. It's healthy to move, but it's not healthy to do something you don't like to do.
yeah, true. So just a question first, before we continue. So you said, of course, and I really believe that any pain, discomfort that we feel is a message from the unconscious mind that is telling us, hey, there's something here that you're not acknowledging. So did you understand the message at the end of at the end of all of it? Did you understand?
I think so. Yes, I felt unsafe. I felt very unsafe with the medicines and with the slow information that I received. I had a few situations at school that I really felt unsafe, and I thought, no, 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 but I'm not going to feel that way anymore. It's not going to happen.
Mm,
And every day of my life, I say, wow, I'm happy I felt unsafe, because if I would have felt safe like everybody did, and people wanted to protect me because they loved me. Okay, they didn't want to protect me because they wanted to limit me. No, they loved me and they wanted me safe. But if I would have been all the time safe, I would not have been in the position I'm now, that I'm free from the epilepsy.
yeah,
And I also understood that in order to that to be safe is not a, I mean, if I want to be safe, we should not have been born. Yeah, we're not here to be safe. Sorry,
Right.
there are a lot of people that think different, but I believe I was born to learn things here. I was born to teach myself lessons. I was born to teach other people lessons. We're here to learn from each other, and I don't think we're here to be safe. It's not. If that's the reason, then something's wrong with the concept because
Yeah. No,
safe.
I believe in that. Also, we're not here to suffer, right? That's the
No, of course not. Okay, no, no, absolutely not.
yeah,
I think if we suffer, it means that we're on the wrong track, on the wrong road, and we should rethink what we're doing.
yeah,
Suffering, I think it's. I see it. This is what I feel. Okay, I do now what I love. I love to treat people, but I also love to dance, and I love to cook, and I love to eat, and I love to be with my family. There are a lot of things that I love, and I like to my life to be in balance. So I have a balance. Sometimes I say I want to treat people. Sometimes I want to treat myself.
mhm,
When you do what you love and you can help others, and this Dr. Nada Bhutto tells us this all the time. When you do what you love and you help others, that is happiness. That's when you are happy. When you
yeah,
do something that you love, like I like chips and mayonnaise. I love it to eat it. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not making anybody happy. I'm just enjoying myself. There's a difference between enjoying what you're doing and and being happy and making other people happy. And I
mhm,
think that when that the reason that I had the epilepsy and that all the things that happened to me that caused me to say I don't want it is so I can understand other people who have some disease or are feeling bad about their lives or feeling that they're not going where they want to go. I can help them, and that makes me happy, and it makes them
mhm,
happy because I have an influence on their life. So if we see all the difficulties that we have as a way to learn. What do I learn? If you look at it, okay, I have a difficult situation, I have a crisis here. What do I learn from it? At the moment you learn from it, you will not have the crisis again. It's done. You
yeah,
learned. You can continue. And,
yeah,
and that's what I believe, that we're here not to suffer. We're here
yes,
to enjoy and to be happy, even more to be happy and to make others happy.
yeah. And I definitely believe in that. I all the time say, ask what, not why is it happening to me, which makes you a victim, but ask why is it happening for me, which brings up all the
Exactly.
opportunities and the possibilities and the lessons.
That's You're so right about that, and it's I think it also changed your vibration. I, I
Yeah,
I have I have this when I and maybe it's sometimes I think maybe because I'm not sure if it's true, but maybe because I had the epilepsy and I needed really to get out of myself to understand things and to feel things because everything is oppressed. Maybe that's the reason that I feel now more because I don't have this the medicines in my body and
yeah,
I really when people are sad, I feel it. I feel I don't know how to explain, but I feel it. I feel it in my body. If somebody has pain and I treat them, I sometimes I feel it in my body. I feel the pain exactly
mm,
where the pain is, and I think it has become something that I'm good at that I can help people with, and then it's okay. And it's okay to feel those things.
mm,
It's great that I can feel that somebody's in pain, and I can ask him what happened, and I know to tell them the connection between the body and what it means when it hurts here, and if they feel that that can be true. So you can help people to get. Also, healing is not that I heal people.
yeah,
Nobody could heal me. No, I the
mm,
only one who can heal is I can heal myself, and somebody else is responsible for his own health and his own healing. We all have our lesson to learn. We all have our path to go.
yeah,
So I can only show them the way or give them the information that I have, and then they can do what they need to do.
yeah. And so tell me really, so you've had the epilepsy and then you stopped the medicine and you basically healed yourself. At what point did you start your own, healing and helping others journey?
Well, I think at the beginning, I was just happy to be normal.
Yeah.
Suddenly I said, "Woo!" When you go to dancing, when before the finishing of the medicines, I had to. When I was dancing, then they ask you, "You want to smoke? You want to drink?" No, I don't drink. No, I don't smoke. What? Everybody smokes or drinks or do something. So
Mm.
now I have medicines. I can, and I want to get out of that. So the first, I think, 10 years. I didn't talk about epilepsy, didn't think about epilepsy. I was just, I moved to Israel. I was a completely different person. Nobody knew about me having epilepsy. So nobody
Mm.
knows, nobody asks. So it was just finished. I think I started to understand that, uh, that epilepsy in a way helped me to help others when I
Mm.
started to treat people. Because when you've been through a lot of misery and a lot of, I mean, I don't call it misery, but a lot of hard times, then you can understand better other people. And I started through other people to tell them, well, it's not always the end of the world. Maybe it can be healed, or maybe if you imagine this and that. And then said, well, why should that work? I said, well, it did for me. It worked for me, and that
Yeah.
was the point that I start telling people that it can work. Not to tell them, "Whoa, look at me, what I did," because I really didn't feel that it was anything special. But if other people can understand that when you know why you are in pain, physical pain or emotional pain or mental pain, it's a reason. You have a reason behind it. What is the reason behind it? It's just
Mm.
not luck. It's not, oh, I'm unlucky. No, you are in pain. Why you are in pain? If you know the reason, you can also find the solution. You can release the emotions. It can be energy that is stuck in the body. It can be emotion. And emotion is energy that is stuck in the body.
Yeah.
It can be a very bad memory. And if you get through that and you understand that it was something to learn from, then you're not a victim. Like you said, you're not a victim. You are here
It's
in order
so
to.
it's so powerful what you're saying, to be able to use your own story. Really, it's not about, boasting or anything like that. It's not even coming to my dictionary, these kind of words. But it's about the inspiration. And when people are going through all different illnesses and ailments and conditions and stuff, when they are able to see someone that has been through that and recovered and healed and, put it in the past and actually moved on, it is really, it is so inspiring. And
Thank you.
seriously, it's because people really think, oh, that's the cards I've been dealt. This is me, this is how I am, this is the kind of person I am. The kind of, they accept where they're at.
Yes.
And
I
here.
think, yeah, you're right. But because it's also the way they tell us, you go to the doctor, you're in pain. They say you have, let's say, a heart condition. Well, that's for the rest of your life. Of course, it's for the rest of your life. You need to have medicines, but nobody thinks, why is the heart in pain? What caused the pain in the heart? And it can sometimes be from really heartbreak. The heart was broken from a father that died early, or somebody who really was in love and it didn't work out, and or you're scared all the time because your parents tell you, well, you know what, if you don't do this, then you go somewhere else. I mean, that's also being scared. So a lot of people, and you say then they have people that, oh, the brothers and the sisters have heart condition, that can be really because of genetics, environment. They lived in the same house, ate the same food, but sometimes they lived in different places, and they still have the same heart condition, and it's not genetics. So
Mm,
maybe they all went through heartbreak. Maybe they all had the same experience, and they're sick because of it. And if you know that you're sick because of it, you can do something about it. You can relive the experience. And as a grown up person, you can look at it back. Okay, I was a child. What did I see? And then you can also see yourself through the eyes of a child and say, okay, how do I look at it now? Can I understand it better sometimes? We
yeah.
understand our
And
parents better when we're grown up. And that's also healing. It doesn't
yeah.
mean always that the heart conditioning is going away totally,
Yeah.
but it means that you understand why it happened, what happened, and at the moment you feel that it's solved, you can breathe and your heart is beating better, and that's
I,
what
I
happened.
was I was gonna say, in the new energy healing type thing that I'm learning at the moment, the body code, they speak a lot about how, people are so bogged down with the name of the condition, or the disease that they have, and they're like, oh, I've been diagnosed with this, I was diagnosed with that, and they basically, they really accept that, they really make space for that in their lives.
Yes,
And in this thing that I'm learning is really about recognizing that even if it has a name, it's still energy. And when you understand that the
exactly.
things are energy, you can release it, you can treat it in
Yes,
a completely different way, not just like, oh, it's something so serious and dangerous, or whatever the connotation
yeah,
that we have with diseases are. But I really appreciate that. Of course, I'm not saying I'm healing, like you say, right? I can't say I'm healing people, but I can help them to release the energy and then
exactly,
remind their body that it can heal themselves. So
exactly.
yeah,
Because really, an illness is a situation that you have a low vitality, and an experience that you didn't solve, that you didn't learn, and repeats himself. And also the energy moves. You need to move. Energy is like when you see it on the cellular level, I think, a molecule level, you see like this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We see the matter, but but energy moves, and at the moment we move, and we let the energy move in our body, the healing is on the way. It's already there.
Mm,
So it's really about imagine. It's in a way trying to get the emotion. What I said earlier, you need to feel the emotion. The emotion is the energy that you feel. It's energy. And
mhm,
when you have a good emotion in your body, it's also is motion. Motion is movement.
yeah,
When you feel that in your body and it's good, then your body understands that it's good. It's, I think, extremely simple.
yeah.
And when you understand that everything is good, and when the doctor tells you you have 3 months to live, and you say, well, sorry, I give it back to you.
Yeah,
I'm not want you to die in 3 months' time, but I
I'm not
understand you
taking this.
are you have your facts, statistics, but I have my body. Nobody knows better, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna do things that I like to do, and I'm gonna move my body, and I'm gonna release the energy, and I understand why this happened. Then that's healing.
yeah,
Healing is when you realize that there is a problem, you dealt with it, you can, the energy starts to flow again, it's not stuck, and
mhm,
and it's really in a way very simple.
yeah.
It sounds, I mean,
No, it's simplistic in a sense, but of course the difficulty, or the challenge, or the journey is to put it into action, because a lot of the time we say, okay, I know there's a message, I know there's a lesson, I know there's a bigger picture, but I'm here and I'm suffering, and
yeah,
I'm experiencing something. So I definitely recognize that there's maybe it's two stages. Like, one is to make that decision of saying, actually, whatever I'm feeling at the moment, but I am going to start, as you say, imagining that you are healed, or basically connect with this higher vibration of what it is
yes.
I want instead.
And
So
in order to get to a higher vibration, you can do a lot of things. It's not only to imagine. I didn't know anything. I really didn't know nothing about anything. So
yeah,
I remember that I was dreaming. I was in my dream. I was a part of. I felt the dream. I was dancing a lot. Also, what I had was a purple room, and a purple is the color of the seventh chakra. That is also the chakra of epilepsy, fainting, depression, when you can't sleep. And my father, he learned from somebody. Somebody told him purple is a good color for epilepsy. We didn't know anything about it, but he said it was a good color, and I love purple. So they made me a purple room with all kind of purple pillows and purple things and purple stuff. Only very 20, 30 years later, I learned that purple is the color of the seventh chakra that is connected to epilepsy. And the vibration of the color purple is also lavender, all kind of to drink lavender tea is good for it. And it's amazing. I think, wow, how somebody told him, and he just thought, "Well, let's. He loves purple. Let's give it a try." But it's very important that you have the color that you love around you. That you
Mm.
don't wear colors that you don't. I was wearing purple a lot, and I'm not saying that epilepsy went away when I started wearing purple. It's not as simple as that, maybe.
No.
It's sure, for sure, it didn't hurt. And it's very funny that so many things are interacting, and music. When I know that music, now we learn about, I think it's solfeggio. It's like this vibration that you have. For
Mm.
every chakra, you have a vibration. I didn't know that, but I was dancing on music that was very high vibrational. I will survive. I'm gonna live. You know, I didn't know anything. What that was I'm doing was dancing, really exciting and feeling
Yeah.
the energy and everything. And now studies say that that it can heal. Music can heal. Dancing can heal. All kind of
Yeah.
art therapies can heal.
Yeah. Sound therapy. So tell me a little bit about these studies that you were doing with is it Dr. What is it? Nada Bhutto?
Dr. Nader Bhutto.
Yeah.
Yes, he's really amazing. He's a doctor and cardiologist. He is originally from Nazareth in Israel. And he developed a treatment. Um, it's not even a treatment, it's more like a method that you can, with energy treatments, you can release the pain. You talk with the customer or with the client or with the patient about where is the pain, and that's we do that in other treatments also. Where you feel the pain, how long do you feel the pain, when did it start, and every pain or every pain has an address. It's like I said, epilepsy is in the seventh chakra. It's the seventh segment. Um, then you treat the person like somebody comes with a bad bag. I know that, okay, it's possible that he just uh, he moved house and something is hurting him, but it's also possible that he has problems with sexual problems, because that is the area of the bladder.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did is he connected the Chinese medicines and the Ayurveda
Mm-hmm.
with the Western medicines. That's why he calls it unified medicines. And every area in the body has his own an emotional crisis, which you can release. And his main, we call it energy wash. It's like you first of all, we find out what is the problem, what is the experience. We try to get the experience, or by pushing the areas, okay, in the body. The experience comes up. You feel the pain. You recognize what your problem was, because we give you like a little bit of help with
Mm-hmm.
that. And then after that, when it's released, we're going to do a healing process that the whole energy starts to reflow in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, we ask questions. You have like, uh, what happened before, and what do you want to happen after? What do you want to see in the future? And people just release their pain, and it can be that the pain gets out of the body through shouting, screaming, crying. Sometimes it's laughing. Sometimes it's just recognizing, and the body feels that everything gets out. The emotion gets out,
Mm-hmm.
and the energy starts flowing in the body again, and you feel like you are after an energy shower. Everything's renewed, and it's really helping a lot of people to get rid of the pain. A lot of pain that we have is from emotions that are stuck, or experiences we had in the past.
Yeah.
And with Dr. Nadabutu, it's also previous lives. So there are treatments that you can do something, do a technique to see, okay, it wasn't in this life, it was in a previous life. So we go back to the mother's womb, and then we do a rebirth and we come out in a different area. It's a little bit, it's different,
Yeah,
but
I
it's,
believe in past life and
yeah,
all
me
of that.
too.
So for me, it's like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
all normal, normal, okay,
No, sometimes when you explain it to people, say, well, maybe the medicines did something to her, you never know. It's,
yeah. And so tell
something.
me, so people that you working with this technique, is it is it face to face or is it online or
Usually
how do
it's
you work?
face to face. I have like four different treatments that I try to connect them. Let's say somebody once says, I have pain in my back, I just do a massage, but things come up. So I push the button and I tell them, do you have any experiences that correlate to this or that? And then something comes up and it releases the body. So I didn't say, hey, I did now something else. No, I
Mm,
just did the massage and I did another technique on the way.
mm,
But when it's energy treatment, then sometimes I feel that I need to talk anyway to them about what is going on. Sometimes the energy treatment is only energy. It's only the touching and the hands that you use. Um, Dr. Nadabuto, I use my knowledge from the physical body also when I treat because okay, I know what is back pain in a physical way and also the emotional way. So I'm not going to disconnect it. So
mm.
it's sometimes when people say, "What kind of technique are you going to do?" I say, "Well, I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't touch you yet. I don't know. It's
yeah,
flowing. It's. I work when the way I work is by intuition. It's never a decision I take ahead. I cannot do that. And I have friends, and I'm so. I wish I could. They have like firms, and they know what they're gonna do because they have a plan, and then
mm,
after that they can say what they did. I say, I wish I could do that. I am not. No, I just like push my hands and I feel something here in my body. I go there and it's flowing. And in the end, it works out everything.
mm,
But I sometimes wish I had a method in my mind. But I learned all those things in order that the knowledge is there. You need knowledge in order to be intuitive. You cannot have an intuition when you don't have the basic knowledge. And Dr. Nadabuto it's amazing. I think that he also has books in English, and um, he he has knowledge that is beyond. I don't know. It's amazing. He's really connecting the Western medicine with the Eastern medicine, and it's helping a lot of people in Israel. He's making waves. Really,
yeah,
it's very good. So
yeah,
I'm happy I had a chance, and during this Corona years, he usually was always abroad, only a few days a week in Israel because of Corona. He stayed here, so he, he he managed to teach us those 2 years what he knows. I mean, only a part of what he knows, but
yeah.
it's very exciting. I'm very happy to it really add a lot of layers to my treatments. It's really good.
Mm.
So.
No, yeah, it sounds incredible, and I really like this idea that that you work with the intuition and you're able to recognize or identify an area that of blockage, and you can actually ask the right questions to help release that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's not guessing, it's really knowing. And
yeah,
it's something that already it's something that has been known for thousands of years. The meridians of the Chinese medicines,
yeah,
we know them. I mean, we know most of the people don't, but they're there. I mean,
yeah, yeah, absolutely,
and the chakras,
yeah,
they for thousands of years in India uh, they treat this way. So it's not based on nothing. It's just that Western
no,
world wants different. They like this, writing down everything and see how things work. And I think it's a good thing. I think we just need to connect the two worlds together, and not that. And what is missing with medicine, Western medicine at this moment, is the spiritual part. Uh,
yeah. I mean, modern, yeah, Western medicine at the moment, it's really about symptoms and covering and saying right, next,
they don't know the
take this
cause. They
pill,
don't
next,
understand the cause. They think it's bad luck. Wow, bad luck. I
yeah.
mean, how
There's
many bad luck
definitely
can you have?
yeah. No, but what I say I like about what you do is that someone can come to you and think, okay, obviously you don't know what to expect, but with your intuition and working with their body and everything that you get from that, you're able to lead them into a whole new place, right? It is really
Yes,
healing in a sense that you can actually see it like immediately, right? You can actually feel the release of things as you're working with
exactly.
people.
It's really when I do a treatment, I'm showing my hands. I do a treatment. I feel when I am above the body. I can also be somewhere else. It doesn't matter. But I feel the cold and the heat. I feel if it's stuck or loose. It's all kind of sensations. I sometimes feel it in my body. I really, it's not. I know this is not my pain. This is pain
Yeah,
of somebody else, and I feel it, and it's like I receive a roadmap to go where I need to go. My hands go where they need to go, and when you know all the like the chakras, you know what they mean, what area is, what this area is telling you, then you can also give the person a little bit like, is it possible that you felt not loved by your parents? Yeah, it's not a nice question to ask. I always do it different. How was your childhood? Uh, who brought you up? Things like that. You don't have to, dig in,
yeah,
and then things come up, and it can be a father or a mother, it can be a sister or an uncle. Can be all kind of things that they miss them, or they were hurt, or they didn't feel that somebody was listening to them, and when it comes up, it goes out. I mean,
yeah,
at the moment you don't even have to say it. If you know it in your head or outside your head, maybe can be your mind, can be that you see it really outside your head. Then at the moment it is you recognized it, it comes to the conscious mind,
awareness. Yeah,
and it's out. And some people they start crying, and it's crying is a release of energy. We need to
yeah,
get it out. Laughing is a release of energy. And and every time that they do me a treatment of an energy wash out treatment, I start laughing. I'm laughing so loud that it's well, I don't know. Okay, why are you laughing? It's not. It's hurting. It's not funny. But that's me. And there are people that really start screaming or get really emotional. You get it out of your system. That's what we say. You get it out of your system, and you can renew the energy, the flow of energy in your body, and then there is no sickness.
no,
It's just finished. So that's in the ideal world. Of course, there are sicknesses that take time, and I'm not never ever telling anybody to don't take medicines, don't go to a doctor.
yeah,
I don't do that. I mean, there are things that are still. I mean, they're very good with yeah, how you call it, with accidents and all kind of healthcare that you need immediately action.
yeah,
But there are also things that we can do
and to
without any.
complement it as well,
Yeah.
because yeah, because they don't do that, right? They're not holistic. They're just like, right, what is the symptom? Here is a pill, here is a plaster,
Yes.
and we
Yeah.
can
It's
complement that.
really,
And
it makes no sense to treat a symptom. I
yeah,
mean, it really makes no sense. You need to find the cause of the problem. If you know what is the cause of the problem, you can. It's already done in a way.
yeah, you can then
So
just let it
you
go.
only, yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine you're healed. That's
well,
it.
well, I loved it, and thank you, Martinique. We're coming to the end of our conversation. It's been fascinating and wonderful to talk with you. Thank you so
Also
much.
wonderful to talk to you. You really you ask the right questions. You need to have a lot of knowledge to understand what to ask and how to do it. So you're doing a great job. I'm really happy that you are the one who told my story like this because I was worried.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, it's a joint effort, but thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom. It's been wonderful to hear you.
Thank
So
you also.
thank you so much. And
Thank
whoever
you.
is listening in the on time in the replay, feel free to ask questions and let's have a conversation.
Thank you very much. It was really a
Great,
pleasure.
thank you,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.